Hi guys, this is Disposal Counting once again, and this video will be on the AFL best coaches. So we'll be ranking every single coach in the AFL. And if you like this video, please hit subscribe and like. So at 18th place, I've got North Melbourne. This is a no-brainer. Firstly, they don't have a coach right now since Reshaw retired or quit or whatever he did. And secondly, Reshaw said he was going to get into finals, and only 3 wins throughout the whole entire season was pretty bad for a team who thought they would make the finals. Now 17th is Leon Cameron. Now GWS just has a toxic culture, and I reckon Leon Cameron needs to do something to change this. That's what I put in here. So many players are departing. They're on the down run. He just needs to go. I reckon if you're a GWS fan, I would definitely want him to go. 16th is Alistair Clarkson. Now this is mainly because Hawthorn has not been reaching success this year, but also because he's been sticking to his old people a little too long for a club that's in a rebuilding stage, I reckon. I mean, he couldn't even admit he was rebuilding, I guess. So that's why I put him here. At 15, I got Matthew Nicks. I mean, getting wooden spoon wasn't really his fault, part of the club's, but I reckon he could have done better. He could have definitely done better, I reckon. I'm not saying he's a bad coach or anything. I'm just saying you can't go any higher than 15th. 14th is Ben Rutten. I don't really rate him this highly. I mean, I'm not sure whether or not Essendon's bad form last year was because of John Worsfold, the messy handover or whatever, but I just have him here because I'm not a fan of Ben Rutten at all. I don't think he'll have that much of an impact, especially how he was just half running the season in Essendon, and they seem to go downhill. 13th, I got John Longmire. Now here, he's kind of like Clarko in the sense that this is another team that has ended their era, but unlike Clarko, he's managed to admit that their team is falling, going down in the ladder, and they're starting to rebuild, and I reckon that's why I have him here. But at the same time, Sydney's not winning enough games for me to rank him any higher. I mean, if a club wins games, then it's obvious that the coach is doing something well. In 12th position, I got David Teague. He's not a bad coach at all. He's just not an excellent one, I wouldn't say. I reckon if they don't make it in the finals next year, this will make why I put him here reasonable. 11th, I got Simon Goodwin. I mean, Melbourne Demons should be making the finals. They have the talent with Petrarca, Oliver, and Viney leading their midfield, Gorn in their ruck. They got talent, and I reckon they should use that talent and get into the finals. I mean, with May and Lever in the back line as well. I mean, I just don't see why they're not getting the finals. 10th, I got Stuart Dew. He's doing such a great job at Gold Coast. They're going to make their first final berth appearance, I reckon, in the next 3 or 4 years, and then I reckon Stuart Dew had to turn this club around. I mean, Tom Lynch, Gary Ablett departing really hurt them, as well as loss of other players. So yeah, I think he's done a superb job. 9th, I got Luke Beveridge. I mean, he made sure to inspire his team to a grand final victory in 2016, which was very, very impressive. But he's not a bad coach. He's not the best coach. He's a good coach, I reckon. 8th, I've got Adam Simpson. I think the Eagles are underperforming, which is why he's here. I reckon with such an A-grade midfield, maybe even the best one in the competition, that's debatable, but maybe. Nick Now, All-Australian ruckman, I reckon they should be winning, especially with JK and Darling down in the forward line, and Liam Ryan making lots of big marks. 7th, I got Brett Rutten, who's the St Kilda coach. I think he's done a superb job this year. I didn't really see St Kilda going up this year, so that's why I'm really rating him highly. I mean, the recruiting was also really superb. I'm not sure how much he had to do with it, but good job to the recruiters as well. 6th, I got Nathan Buckley. Now, he's a good coach. He managed to inspire his team to a victory. Last year wasn't that good, but I just reckon he's a good coach. 5th is Chris Scott. Now, Chris Scott, he's a pretty good coach. He's been a good coach for so long now, and I reckon that's why he deserves a spot. I mean, they lost in the grand final, but that's okay. They had a really aging lineup. I reckon he did well with what he had. Fourth, I got Justin Longmire. Now, I rate this coach. I reckon he's probably going to be the second best coach in the league if the Dockers played better. But they didn't, so I couldn't really rank him higher than fourth because, to an extent, the team success relates to the coach, how well your coach is. So, I mean, he did a wonderful job with the Dockers without even being able to implement his game plan. He's a young squad. I reckon he's going to do really, really well next year. Third is Ken Hickley. Now, I did not expect Port Adelaide to win the minor premiership, or top of the ladder, or whichever one you want to call it, which is why I put him here. He did a fabulous job with the list he's got. So, yeah, that's why I put him in. Second is Damien Hardwick. You can't ignore the facts that Richmond has managed to make 3 finals in 4 years, and credit goes to Hardwick for achieving this feat. A wonderful coach. That's why I put him second. But he couldn't beat Chris Fagan, who's a really, really good coach. Brisbane were bottom of the ladder, definitely. And then Chris Fagan comes along. 1 year at the helm was so good. But then they rocketed in the top 4. I mean, and there's been talks that their culture is so good. That's why I put him. So guys, if you like this video, like and subscribe. I will be doing future videos in AFL Evolution 2, so keep an eye on that. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks.